Hey, beautiful people, I know it's been a minute since I've posted something, but I've been busy dropping a couple of projects and trying to get that into fruition. So I'm back at it with another video, but this one's just a quick message because I recently went through something. A friend of mine's claims to be a Christian, right? But is still a little shaky in their walk. They're still trying to figure things out, right? And so they're having that internal battle. And so they actually went to go see a I guess she calls herself like a spiritualist, but she was essentially doing a reading on him. And of course he was amazed because she was accurate, right? And when she got done, her cousin, kind of looked to my friend and was like, yeah, like, isn't she amazing? She's very accurate, right? Like, was she accurate? Kind of trying to get that, that positive reinforcement of like, hey, she's accurate, so she must be legit. And I just kind of want to foot stomp the danger of that, right? Because in the Bible, in the Old Testament especially, we see that, excuse me, I'm sweating from my workout. So in the Old Testament, we see that it's basically like outlawed, right, to go see, to dabble in witchcraft, fortune tellers, mystics, whatever you want to call them, right, spiritualists, whatever you want to call them. People doing readings, practicing the occult, things like that, right? And there's grave consequences that come with those things, right? And so I want to take the time to just kind of foot stomp and emphasize the danger of what you're playing with, right? Because just because it's accurate, doesn't mean that the source is holy, okay? And that's the important piece. The 10 Commandments, right, specifies that you shouldn't love anything else more than you love God, right? But then it also talks about idolatry, not putting things before the love of God, right? And the reason why we see God care so much about witchcraft and seeking answers on things that you're going through and all that kind of stuff is because you're seeking something other than him. You're not trusting that if you need an answer or that you need provision or that you need guidance, right? You're not trusting that he can give that to you, right? And you're going to seek outside sources. Why? Because you think it's more accurate, because you think it's quicker, because you're impatient, whatever the case may be, right? Regardless of it, it is wrong, okay? Your God loves you. He has the answers. Seek him, okay? In the Bible, you'll notice in the Old Testament, it doesn't say don't seek these things because they're inaccurate, right? Many of the Israelites who sought out these things, I believe King Saul was one of them, right? It came to pass, right? What they said was true. However, the way in which you get that knowledge, that's the tricky part, right? That's actually where all sin entered, right? God said, you guys can have anything in the garden, but don't touch that fruit. And what did we do? We touched that fruit. God says you can get anything you want from me. If you ask in my name, it shall be given unto you, right? Just don't seek these people to get those things. And what do? We do those very things. And so just be wise on what you do. Nothing is harmless, especially as it relates to spiritual things. So just, be mindful of who you hang out with. Be mindful of what you come across. Be mindful of what you entertain. And as always, stay blessed. See you guys.